Hey folks, it's 2025. Welcome to Desert Bus for Hope 2025. I'm Brendan BeejSA, and I'm still your co-pilot this year, despite my protestations I raised last year. I grew back that arm that I lost at the very end of the shift, so that was exceptionally good.
Good on you.
Thank you for joining us in the future. As you know, cash has been outlawed entirely in the dim future. That everything is now electronic transfers. We appreciate that everyone has been making their donations in the single world currency that has evolved since then. I did not expect it to be French pesos. I didn't even expect that France and Mexico to merge like that. But that is what's happened now. But thank you.
A lot has happened in a year.
A lot has happened in a year, right? The world's a crazy place.
The bread is really good though.
Bread is amazing now, right? Now that bread's just that bread has kind of gone everywhere.
Too bad it costs $45 a loaf.
Yeah.
45 pesos.
But it's so worth it when you actually get a 45 peso.
The pan merger was a really.
The pan merger, yeah.
Yeah, the pan merger.
So what are we doing here?
The Julie button.
We are still. Some things never change. We're still raising money for a Child's Play charity, and I'm very happy to be here facilitating that process. As you can see, it is 12:30 a.m. The sun is still out, which is weird. But we all moved on to the single time standard of Pacific time, and then we moved Pacific time to a completely different different time zone. But you already know all this because you've had to suffer through that all year. I'm hoping that next year in the time zone lottery that we will get our time zone back, and we'll see how those end up getting oriented as well.
I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for the East Coast. That'd be a fun twist.
That would be fun if our time zone, if we ended up with an East Coast time zone instead. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Make my life easier.
Yeah. It's we're 129 hours into 161. Math still works, so the percentage that we go up per hour every hour, that compound interest has not changed because we can't do anything about capitalism. But it seems that everyone's got so much more money out there to donate, and I'm really happy to see that that you're all putting that stuff in there. Hey, the way that we realized that Vickery auctions turned out to not work as well as we thought we did, because it turns out that everybody was staying up just to see what would happen at the very end of every auction. We got a lot of complaints about people falling asleep in front of their computers and accidentally entering extra zeros. We had to rock back a lot of auctions and stuff. So instead, what we're doing this year is we're just going to throw a knife in the middle of a tarp, and you guys can fight about it in the parking lot. We're renting a parking lot in the middle of downtown Victoria. If you want to win a silent auction, we invite you to you should have flown out here by now to win one of those auctions. Whoever wins obviously has to pay whatever they've got in their wallet at the time. That's fine. That's what the children are here for.
All the people who lose also pay whatever was in their wallet.
Yeah. The auctions aren't quite as silent as they were before.
No, exactly. But they are definitely all live now, which is a lot more fun. So
Well,
They start live.
yeah. 30 people enter, one person leaves, and then 29 people leave, if they're not, Anyway, we don't need to dwell on it. We don't need to dwell on it. We're not allowed. We keeping everything here PG in the year 2025, which means we will not be cutting to the auction site to show you what's going on, at least not until they hose the tarp down. As far as giveaways go, yeah, it's the same mess you've always seen. We're unable to replace the dollar sign with the more appropriate French peso sign, which is something unpronounceable.
Turns out we forgot how to do fonts.
Yep. Yeah, we're kind of just stuck with what we've got there. But
I heard it costs too much to change.
Exactly. Yeah. Wingdings has been coming up a lot more often then, but in the ensuing year, we've all learned to become very fluent in wingdings. So I've been very pleased about that. That a new skill that I've taken on myself.
file folder glasses, file folder friends.
What else do we normally cover? If you want to buy the shirt, you can find all of the previous year's shirts on shirt.desertbus.org. The 2025 shirt is still secret because they're still rolling the dice on how many new logos they can think to pack into the space. It was kind of like a Rocco's Basilisk situation that people were looking at it and it was driving them out of their minds. So we're trying to reveal only pieces of the new shirt. And then when you get it, you can unfurl it and put it on your body. Try not to look at it when you do that. This is more of a thing to affect people around you. We're hoping that at least it will, if nothing else, it'll hypnotize more people into watching Desert Bus in future years. Again, something new that we're trying is mass media manipulation. That's You got to build an audience somehow. That's how we're choosing to build that audience. All the merchandise that's available on store.desertbus.org is part of the Loading Ready Run store. So if you want to, you can buy any of the stuff that we have remaining. Obviously, we haven't been able to make anything new for Loading Ready Run the last year, thanks to the fact that global shipping and commerce has just basically ground to a halt, thanks to the fact that everyone's just buying bread these days. I've been unable to get any of our stuff printed on the bread since the last time that the bakers came out and did anything. That we're able to actually cook those loaves. So no new T-shirts, I'm afraid, and all the bread that we might have left over is either stale or has just basically turned moldy. I wouldn't recommend buying the moldy bread, not unless you are fixing to affect a revolution against the monarchy. And if you are, please do that, because I'd like to get back to selling shirts and not bread. I cannot guarantee that the loaf you receive will be packed full of ergot, but if it is, that's on you to do something about it. The French are not only good at making bread and monetary policy. Remember, they are known for some really sharp ideas. But I didn't get a rim shot there, but I'll...
Not in this economy.
There we go. We still have that rim shot button. It's about 10 times as large as it was previously. Anything left in the PSA that I have to... Oh, challenges. If you want to challenge me to do stuff, then step. I'd like to see you try. And that's the end of the PSA for 2025. Bruce.
Nice.
I'm not even sure that was a real challenge. That was just something they told me in the... I don't think it's anything that I can actually check off.
Oh.
All right. Well, we'll see how much of that pans out for next year.
Pan.
I'm sure the VST is always watching. So of course there's going to be a video of that. Someone will play back next year to.
I did. Yeah, we'll just run that back next year. I won't even have to give it.